for the four-way test, please. The four-way test. First, is in the room. Second, is in the air of concern. Third, whether you should have a connection. Fourth, whether you get a control of concern. Please be seated. Please begin with the challenge song. Oh, they are one, but still so lovely. Oh, they are one, it's more of them in me. From north to south, from east to west, to south, oh, they are one. The they are one, the they are one is one blessed family. Well, man should find for man, well, each one from his him. They are one. 各位社员，我们为什么要唱第二节？这是我们扶轮社大同的特色，而不是我们唱音乐。这个第二节非常好，我最喜欢第二节这一句话：我们每一个人都努力要给予，要 where each one strive to his best to give， strive his best to give。我们不但是具有，我们要给，我们努力的要给。 所以我觉得我们第二节也是非常的好。我想我们再唱，可能到下个年度，我是说7月1号开始，我们就可以背了。好，谢谢。我们还是会把课放在前面。好 The national meeting will carry in the plans which you introduce our students. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and the hero of California. Let me introduce today's speaker, Sunny Lim. And Rotary friend come from Sentosa Lens. And China's friend, Jerry Lin. Thank you. Please let us sing a beautiful Rotarian song. Yes, oh Rotary, we praise you. Oh, yes, oh Rotary, we praise you. We want to build our friendship real. We are glad you're here today. So back on the beat of hill. We bow for the devil and once more, you are here all alone. I'm again, the carrier, Good afternoon, distinguished guests, fellow Canadians. This is my last second hold microphone in the stand here. It's really very proud of the Rotary Club of the President. And last Saturday, we visited our PE Simon and the Secretary Edson. We visited our sister club of Taipei Metropolitan. I found nothing is permanent. Everything is different. I found the Metropolitan is quite different. The regular meeting, I talked with President. They changed the regular meeting. Normally 2 times on Tuesday and noon afternoon, and 1 time in Thursday, and another time on Saturday night. They said both of members cannot attend regularly, so they changed. And now I think especially on the Saturday, a lot of members can attend, and they can have a different kind of programs. So it's really, I think, really very nice, attract many new members. Yeah, it's really different. Yeah. So in the future, maybe we can have different consideration about this. Okay, thank you for that. First, we will have a June special joint board meeting after this regular meeting, so please, board members, stay after the regular meeting if you can. Second, this week is the initiation and appreciation ceremony, and it will held on third floor. So all members and spouse are welcome to attend. And now we would like to invite our speakers. So I would like to invite you to introduce today's speaker. Thank you. It is my great pleasure to introduce you today's speaker, Mr. Sunny Lee. Sunny was born in Taichung. Actually, he was my elementary school alumnus. Also, we have here along with Robert Lenz from Shandong. We all graduated from the same elementary school. So after military service, he went to the USA for higher education. He received the Master of Science degree in Mechanical Engineering from Arizona State University. Then he started working as an engineer for some famous American companies, such as IBM, Honeywell, and Seagate. In year 2000, he came back to Taiwan to work for Honghai, a famous Taiwanese company. His job functions included engineering, marketing, and program management. In 2009, he retired at age 54. So how lucky a guy he is. Now he's not like our own Reagan. So he worked in high-tech industry for a total of 29 years, including 20 years in the USA and 9 years in Taiwan and China. After retirement, he joined an organization called Toastmasters International, as you might know already, which is dedicated to developing members' public speaking, communication, and leadership skills. Currently, he is the Area 12 Director for Toastmasters International, District 67. The topic of this talk today is Speak to be Heard. So let's welcome Sunny.
Happy to see you all. A couple months ago, David called me and said, "Can you come to our class to deliver a speech for us?" And I said, "Sure, why not? You know, as a member of Toastmasters, we love to say something. We are looking for stage time."
Yeah.
Well, I have to choose a topic. I have to choose a title. So I went to ask some of my friends, "What do you know about Rotary? What do you think about Rotarians?" They are rich. They are successful businessmen. They donate money. That's good. Oh, I heard a good reputation that you guys have, but that's not good enough for me to prepare my speech. So I Google Rotary, service above self.
Yeah.
One profit most, who serves best. That sounds great. Now I have an idea. I want to choose a topic that I can help you to help those who are in need. You know that you guys are the elite of the society. But we all know many of them are in need of help. Those are in the bottom of the rank. They lack the confidence. They don't want to change. They are afraid. They are afraid of walking out of their comfort zone. You guys are rich. No, I would say you guys are successful. You have the power. You hold the resources to help those people. And many times you have a chance to speak in public. And today, when I choose to speak to be heard, I want to make sure that I want to confine what I'm going to talk. First, let's figure this out. What is the difference between talk and speak? Here, when we say speak, it really means you're giving a public speech. When you speak, you have a purpose. You have a goal. It's a very serious thing. You have something in mind that you want to spread. You have to prepare the speech. And your target audience are not someone you are very familiar with. That's the speech. Many of us are so afraid of public speaking. In fact, there are surveys say that most people are afraid of public speech worse than going to dentist. So it's not easy. And we want to say this. I want to say this. Whenever we give a speech, we have to have a clear message. And this message is a gift from the speaker to the audience. And we all hope by the end of the speech, my gift is well received by my audience. And this takes skills. It's not easy. Many of us, especially in Taiwan, even though you are the president, you are the CEO, because in our educational system, we never encourage our students to speak in public. Even in my whole family, my father always asked me, don't speak. Keep quiet. Listen, just listen. So today, I'm going to help you to develop some skill and make your public speech more effective. So now I think I have made it clear that speech is what I'm going to say, and I'm going to share with you some of the skills that I have learned over the years that I learned in my club. So first, I want to say is every speech has to have a message. And to make it effective. We have to learn how to connect, how to communicate, and eventually we want to change, we want to transform our audience. And this is the 3 steps that's very important. And many speakers never aware of these skills. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to give a demo of what we call a good speech. And in Chinese, we say 演讲. Half of it is acting. Half of it is speaking. 演讲. So this demo is really someone in my association, in my organization, who did it in 2014, and I consider it as one of the best performances that I have ever seen. So I copied it. I learned from him. We always say that fake it until you make it. And so for the following 2 minutes, I'm going to demo something that I have learned. And this is the content, but that's what I'm going to do now. You and I are not very different from this flower. Just like the flower is unique, you are unique. All of us have something special to make us as beautiful. Do you know what makes you special? Now, the answer to that can be a little bit difficult to find, because sometimes life has a cruel way of picking up your petals. Breaking it in two and throwing you into the trash. Now, when you're broken, it's very difficult to feel special. Mr. President, my fellow flowers, I can remember the first time I broke. I was 17 years old. I flunked my high school, managed to get myself arrested. No, I'm not afraid of the cops. But there was one person that I was afraid of. That was my mama. Raise your hand. You have an emotional mother. Put them all together. You got my mama. I can hear her scream outside the police station. Even the cops were afraid of. She come up to me, held the iron bar, look into my eyes, and I see a tear coming down her face. She looked at me and said, "Son, I want you to be a better man." That night, I drove home, and my dad was waiting for me at home. My dad was a cool dad. Raise your hand. You have a cool dad. Put them all together, you got my dad. My dad come up to me and say, "That's okay. You flunked your high school. You got arrested by the police. That's fine. You got it from your mother's side. Now, start working immediately. Okay, this is a small portion of a speech. And the reason that I demo it, like I said, is I appreciate this performer and I learn from it. And I want to point out there are things that we can learn from this guy, from this speech. Like I mentioned, we have to connect with your audience. But then you ask me, how to connect? How do I connect? You see, I use the rules. When I stand up here, the first 4 seconds, I was silent. And you guys are attention. What is this guy trying to do? So you pay attention to me. And remember, I ask a question. I ask, do you know what makes you special? So we got engaged in humor. Put them all together, you got one mama. So a speech can be very profound, but you need, at the very beginning, try to engage your audience. And this is not easy for the regular speakers because we never learn these skills. And story is the good thing, the very good thing that people can understand, can appreciate, because we all like to hear the story. And we have to remember that what makes us stand out is your storytelling skill. Many of us in the high rank in the company, but we never really learned this skill. We never really learn how to tell a good story. Jack Ma Yun is a very good storyteller. I was very impressed every time when I was working at Hong Hai. When Guo Tailing speaks, everybody woke up. You know, when we were working in mainland China, after work, starting at 7 o'clock, you have together, sometimes maybe once a month, get together, and then they find someone great to give us some technical presentation and something. And this is the auditorium, it was 3,000 people. Everybody was so tired. Many of us haven't had dinner yet. And the speaker was talking. It's time to go. Everybody is thinking, when is this going to finish? When can I have start dinner? Around 9 o'clock, we know Guo Tailing is coming. And all the Taiwanese workers starting to waking up, preparing. No, not because he is the boss, because it's really dark. Down there, as a speaker, you cannot see who is opened up their eyes, who didn't. But we know Guo Tailing will be there at the last 10 minutes, and he is going to tell whatever he knows. He's going to tell his story, his final story. It's always interesting, always inspiring. And that's the leader. You know, even though we are so tired, we haven't had dinner yet. Every time we start talking, everybody just trying to learn, trying to listen to him. So the storytelling skill is very important. So we are going to say how do you communicate with your audience? And by this, we have to know that we all have our so-called natural frequency. We have to know our audience. And we have to try to resonate with the same frequency so that your energy can transmit through the line into your audience. And this is not that easy. You have to know your audience. Like before I come here, I have to talk to Canada. I have to talk to Dave. I have to make sure what is the content of my audience. How good your English ability is. And you have to remember we have gestures. We have voice. Varieties. And you have to remember, in your voice, there is temperature, there is emotion, so that when you're sad or you're saying something really sad, it should not be too happy tone. And this is something that you have to learn, the gesture, the vocal varieties. You have to learn. A good speech is like a micro movie. You have to make it fascinating. And I want to make sure that my speech was not like a classroom. I want to make sure that you guys, when the speech ended, when you walk out of this meeting room, you feel like at least you got entertained. You learned some skill, at least one thing. At least one thing. And we have to remember, when prepared for your speech, and like I said, this is concentrated on how to help those who are in need. We know that people doesn't want to change because they are uncomfortable with themselves. They lack the confidence, and they don't have a good reason to change. So as a leader, you have to give them a reason, a strong reason, a compelling reason, so that they find the guidance. They know they are supposed to change. But for these poor guys, for those who are down bottom, they never envision themselves successful. They never see themselves as success. They don't know how to picture themselves as successful stories. So, we are the speaker. We have to paint the picture for them. Give them. Your future could be better than yours today. And certainly, we have to have belief. We have to make sure that we believe them, they can change and they can transform. So with that, I have connect, communicate, and transform. And you have to remember, the transform is really our purpose, right? When we have a speech, we are looking for the result. And we have to do something that can transform our audience. Okay, now, there are many ways to prepare a good speech. This is one of the ways that can help you prepare a good story, a good speech that can help you to convince your audience. And we all know that the first 30 seconds is very important. You have to prepare, you have to frame your purpose in the first 30 seconds. Like in my demo, I was talking about someone. Everyone is special, but you may not know it because life is so cruel that they sometimes destroy you. But someone may see you as something. Someone is willing to offer the helping hand. So 30 seconds to 40 seconds, you have to keep that opening. And you have to frame it. Frame meaning like a picture. You put a picture on the wall, it's a picture only. But you picture in a frame on the wall, look beautiful, look eye-catching. Once you have it set up, this is what we call an opening. And then we have a main body. Main body is where we tell the story. And we all have to remember, when you tell the story, you have to remember values, especially your personal values. Connect people, connect your audience. But personal success is connect from your audience, because in one class there is only one first place. Anyone else is kind of dangerous. So when you talk about your values, people can appreciate more. People can easily connect with you. But if you talk about personal victory, it better be at the end. After you struggle all these obstacles, after you make so many failures, after you have been in the abyss, in hell. So, you're starting to tell what kind of obstacles and what kind of failures you need to make. I was 17 years old. I had flunked my high school and was arrested by police. Oh, God enough. 17 years old. Okay? And you need to have one critical incident. After so many failures, when you saw your mother cry tears of shame, that's a life-changing moment. Life-changing moment. That's a critical incident. So by doing this, you bring your audience into the hell with you. And because you do, how do you help them to come into yourself? Remember, you can see, you can hear, and you can feel. She came up to me, held the iron bars, looked into my eyes. And these are describing the scene. It makes this pictures. This is very graphical. You can feel like, oh, something's really happened. I saw a tear coming down her face. This is very graphical. So this is a way you can bring your audience with you to the hell. And at that time, you ask a question. Okay. Like, what can you do at this point? Do you have such an experience? Do you have seen this before? So you make audience feel like they are you, they were you. And then, at this point, we are all at the rock bottom. At this point, we need help. So here, your message should come in. Because everyone is in such a bad shape. They don't know how to solve the problem themselves. So, there should be an external help. You can either go to your parents, go to your teachers, go to your coach, or even from TV message, commercial, whatever. It has to be an external message. And that message should be clear, exciting, and short, very easy to memorize. Like in this case, you will say, I see something in you, but I don't know what it is. Or something like an airport day keeps that away. Things like that, very simple message has to come in. So people will receive the message, and then they apply to their problems, and they can recover from that down bottom situation. And you have to remember, the audience, or everyone like a hero that went down to the hell and survived all the trials and come back as a hero. But this process has to be gradual. You cannot, today you are down bottom, tomorrow you become a hero. No, that's not right. To make it effective, this process has to be gradual. And someone will say, but I don't have a victory story. Then what should I do? No problem, you can give it hope. This is my goal. I'm working toward it. And this is what you can do. We, as a Rotarian, have many opportunities to speak in public. And I don't believe that by listening to this speech of mine called this workshop for 25 minutes, and we improve a lot. But let's all remember that you can learn some of these skills. You can apply this in your preparation stage. And you have to remember that today's audience sometimes is very sophisticated. They don't want to feel being manipulated. You cannot using one set of formula, just like something like this, and expect that everyone will be persuaded, everyone will be touched, everyone will feel that this is an excellent story. You have to all remember that all of us are unique. And because we are unique, and because that we always thinking that our speech is a gift to our audience, and the sincerity counts. People can feel that your sincerity in your speech. So, you don't have to follow this all the time. But a good speech will end up with a conclusion, like coming back to your setup process to reinforce your message. You just don't want to say thank you and that's it and walk out of the room. Before you end, you want to go back and revisit your opening and see if you have accomplished the goal that you set at the beginning of your speech. And that will make your speech more complete and more effective. And like I say, the workshop is supposed to be 3 hours, but I cut it briefly to 25 minutes. And I hope that today's speech, you learned something, you enjoy it. And if you have any questions after the meeting, come to me. I will do my best to help you solve any question that you may have. And thank you very much. Question. Yes.
My question is, you are not Zhuge Liang, but why Zhuge Liang successful in that point? Tell me why. It's quite different.
I think this is a little bit beyond the scope of my speech. First, I think he might not be that good. First, that's why. But I do believe that he's very intelligent.
That's right.
And they do have proof that he did something great and beyond the average.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of speechless when you ask about Zhuge Liang. We can say that we like hero. We make a figure a hero because we are looking for leader. And sometimes, and then become a leader because of the trend. Everybody is pushing that way. But I always say that you have to be prepared. When people want you to become Zhuge Liang, you have to be ready. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe he's not a hero.
You mentioned that very important, storytelling. You can show that one of the most impressive stories in your talk. Okay. There's so many of them. Actually, many of you might already heard that before. But let me give you a story that this is my personal. One year, we had the so-called technical presentation. And this is supposed to be by the engineering team. But because that day, Guo Taimin was supposed to leave. She's leaving for Taiwan. So, everybody thinks that he won't come back. So So many divisions send their assemble, the nice assemble to the meeting, because this is the 3,000 auditorium. And he don't want to send engineer, because once you send an engineer, meaning those engineers don't have time to work on the real thing. So they send the now assembler. And around 9 o'clock, Terry go show up. And you feel, what? And he starts, this is impromptu. This is 9 o'clock, maybe 9:30 in the night. Because he's supposed to come back and give some kind of conclusion. And the first thing that he noticed was, how come certain division head was not there? So right away, he asked the secretary to call those guys to come back. And then he started to give his own versions of speech. And that lasted more than 100 minutes without any preparation. And I remember one thing he mentioned is, he was saying that last week we have a meeting, Christmas party meeting, and I spent about $1 million to prepare for that, because that was for the whole factory. 1 million Taiwanese dollars. And he said, you guys know, for this technical presentation, how much we spent. He said it's more than 3 times just for preparing this. And do you guys know which one is more important? You think it's Christmas party or technical presentation? The technology sharing presentation. And everybody and then he mentioned something interesting. He said, we all need to emphasize on our essence. We need to develop engineering skill. Because, he said, 1980s, when he was first visit Shanghai, the impression that he had was, gosh, the Chinese women was so ugly. Because no one put powder, no one put makeup. But then, 1983 or something, he went back. Gosh, the Chinese women become so beautiful, so elegant. You know why? Because the year before, the Chinese government opened the cosmetic market to the Western world. And so it's easy to buy cosmetic products there. And then everybody put it on. He said only take 1 month. Everybody becomes so pretty, or much prettier than before. But he said the technology is not like that. Give you 1 month. Your improvement is gradual, little, very little, but you have to keep spending. You have to accumulate little by little, and eventually we can be a real technology company. Okay, that's the one that. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. We would like to invite Preston to present our gift to our speaker today. Attendance report. Data, may we have the attendance report, please? Yes. Then we have 20 Rotarian attendants and 1 visiting Rotarian and 2 guests. And the attendance rate today is 69%. Thank you. Our senior on report. Still, may we invite you to report.
Mr. Brown and Mr. Lin,
Just to come in and give you a as I say, there are three things that people are afraid of. First, next is text. The third is public speaking. So you make public speaking something here. And we'll show that today. Okay, we have quite a few connections today. First is from Senator Fire. A very impressive speech. We learned about 1,000. The second is from Evan. Evan who can be the full it's not only a team for everybody, also takes the big connection today. And the president gets speech. The great people want to go for the call.
Okay.
And the third one, first, thank you, Sunny. You just had a wonderful speech. I hope you will be one of us. I will teach us more constantly. And the second is contribution to essence, because your article is published at the one of today, and your speech is heard loudly. Your speech is heard loudly. Okay, then from the previews, thanks Sunny for speech. Those on Rotterdam and August. And lastly, some P. Simon. Thanks, Sunny, wonderful speech. You in touch our governors. Also welcome my best friend Jerry, which is now working with the audience.
I would like to invite President Byron. Please now closing down. Okay, thank you, Sunny, and thank you all, Arian.
All that long enough to say, for those who know things about us over them, dying up, full death, more yet have thou king. One short sleep fast, we make the candidate, and death shall be no more. Come, death, thou shalt die. Okay, here's the thing. Okay. What is this question you have? I have no idea. Come on. What is this, Gary? This one? One. Alright. Let's get this up. Oh, that's right. Okay. Isn't that interesting, Susie, that I have to put there? Yeah. That was just taken to literature. I don't know anything about it. It's very highly regarded on kids, so it's very good on the transcript, but I take the course. Even asking about it, I interviewed in medical school. Jesus. Well, yeah, it's one of their experts. No problem. John Dunn, physical posts, physical wit. Hard to look at the English part of it. She's done for biochemistry. Okay. We're almost done. Okay.